Beacon Morning, the most news in the morning, period. Weekdays 6 Eastern.
Joining us now to talk about the person behind the robe, Sergio Sotomayor, who went to high school and college with Sonia Sotomayor, and also Ellen Chapnick, Dean of the Social Justice Program at Columbia Law School and a colleague of Judge Sotomayor's. Thank you both for being here. Just greeted you when you came into the studio. You'll have these big smiles on your face. Just so much pride here. But Ellen, I will start with you. You know her personally, and she's a friend to you, but also as a colleague, and you know her professionally. What do you see of her professionally that you think makes her perfectly suited for this next possible role?
That's right. We co-teach a class together, co-taught a class together, an appellate court externship where students work in chambers and take a seminar primarily taught by Judge Sotomayor. And it's just her passion for the law, which she conveys to the students, and her great belief in the court as a problem solver, and her giving of herself. She always had time for the students. She always listened to them with great care, reflected on what they had to say, and then responded. And if she does that with students, you can see her doing it with litigants before the Supreme Court.
Well, Sergio, I'll ask you, there's so much that's been made about her personal story. You can relate to it, and you know it because that's part of your story as well. You came from some of those same humble beginnings. So do you hope she will take some of those humble beginnings to the court with her if she is so confirmed? And is that a good thing?
Absolutely. I think that she's going to be someone that brings all of those life expectations and lessons to her on the bench. She's someone who is compassionate, humble, someone who really is empathetic. I remember her in high school really thinking about various causes. She's also someone who's a mentor, and I think all of the newscasts yesterday really resonated that with respect to what people thought of her. And I think she's going to be terrific. And
Ellen, it kind of he kind of hit on the point you were making as well, how she has dealt with students and that passion for the students and always had time for them. Do you think that is a direct result of where she's from and that is just who she is?
I think it is. I mean, I think she's very aware of the fact that education has played an important role in her life. I mean, her mother, as everybody learned yesterday who didn't already know it, and if you know Sonia, you've heard a lot about her mother. Her mother is, you know, the role model of mentors, and I think between learning about the role of education, seeing her mother's role in her own life, she has this deep desire to pass it on to other people.
And I'll ask you both this question, knowing her the way you do, knowing her personally, knowing her from the beginning, also professional life, does it worry you now, and do you hate because you know what's coming? You know many that do oppose her being nominated are going to be coming after her now. What do you think about having to see your friend and colleague having to go through what she's about to have to go through?
Sure, I'll start. I mean, there's no question that she's going to be vetted, and as she should be, as anyone should be.
Now, vetting is one thing. The administration vetted her. This is something else that's coming.
No, I take your point on that. But I think that what gives me comfort is this is someone that has a tremendous resume. Intellectually, I think she's more than capable of handling herself. And I don't think there's going to be a problem in that regard.
I think she's going to welcome it. I think a lot of people are saying a lot of things that haven't looked at her record, that haven't gotten to know her. You know, my mama tiger comes out, and I want them just to be nice to her. But that's really misplaced. You know, she's going to stand her ground, and she's going to welcome scrutiny, I think.
And I want to end on this. You all tell us something we don't know about her. And only thing kind of we heard personally was that she was a Yankees fan yesterday. Tell us something we don't know about her. What does she do? What does she like to do? What is she, in her off time, what does she do?
Well, I mean, I remember her being a little bit reserved, quiet, and introspective, likes to read, and someone really doesn't draw attention to herself that much. I mean, I'll give you one anecdote. At Princeton, the greatest prize that is bestowed on undergraduate is called the Pine Prize, which is given to the undergraduate that achieves the highest GPA.
Right.
I didn't as a friend, I didn't know that she had won the Pine Prize until I read in the school newspaper. So I think it says quite a lot about her as a person.